Pro-democracy activist and former media mogul Jimmy Lai is now facing life behind bars. Hong Kong's High Court convicted him of conspiracy to collude with foreign forces in what is a landmark trial. The 78-year-old was arrested back in 2020 under Beijing's controversial national security law following massive anti-government protests. Caoilfhionn Gallagher is a person leading Mr. Lai's international legal team and joins us now from London. Caoilfhionn, good morning. What is your reaction to this conviction?
Well, today's verdict is not a surprise. We always knew that this was a show trial, and the three handpicked national security law judges have now followed the very predictable script. It's essentially a cut and paste judgment from the prosecution's case. And make no mistake, what we're seeing today is a very brave, brilliant 78-year-old man, Jimmy Lai, my client, convicted of conspiracy to commit journalism and conspiracy to stand up for values which are held dear by the US.
Rewind the clock a bit for our viewers and explain why he was roped into all of this and what implications this conviction could have.
So Jimmy Lai is an incredible person. He left mainland China as a 12-year-old child, came as a stowaway on a boat to Hong Kong, and suddenly in Hong Kong, which at the time was under British rule, saw incredible freedoms which he had not seen in communist China. And from those beginnings, he became one of Asia's richest men. He's a remarkable person. And in 1989, when he saw the horrors of Tiananmen Square, he decided that he would use his privilege and his money in order to speak truth to power. And he founded an independent media company and a newspaper, Apple Daily, which quickly became a thorn in the Hong Kong and Chinese authorities' side. He spoke truth to power. The authorities hated him for it. And 5 years ago, they created a law, the National Security Law, which effectively criminalizes dissent. And they have used that law in order to put this brave, brilliant man behind bars. Today, he's been convicted of sedition, which is essentially related to his journalism for running a newspaper with an opinion, and conspiracy to collude with foreign forces. And front and center of the ruling today was the United States government and United States politicians. President Trump, for example, is mentioned 197 times in today's ruling. Nancy Pelosi mentioned 25 times. So he's been criminalized, make no mistake, for raising human rights concerns with members of Congress, with the President of the United States, with politicians of all stripes in the United States.
And so what now for the pro-democracy movement and for Mr. Lai's case? I know that you're in London as you represent him internationally. Do you still face challenges?
Yes, of course. And in fact, our view has always been that this case will not be won in the courtroom in Hong Kong, because sadly, Hong Kong is no longer a rule of law compliant place. We obtained a ruling from the United Nations Working Group on Arbitrary Detention last year, finding that Jimmy Lai should not have spent a single day in prison. And I'm afraid we are now at the 5-year anniversary of this man being behind bars. For that entire time, he has been in solitary confinement. He's 78, he's in failing health, he's diabetic. And not to put too fine a point on it, his life is at risk if he is not released imminently. And that's why the US government, the UK government, the Canadian Parliament, the European Parliament, the Australian government, and many other freedom-loving organisations and states around the world have called for his immediate and unconditional release. And our view today is that China must heed those calls and must now free this man before it's too late and before he dies behind bars for being a journalist and being a peaceful pro-democracy campaigner.
It is a remarkable series of events. Caoilfhionn Gallagher, we appreciate you joining us to discuss Mr. Lai's future. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you.